I am back from Los Angeles Auto Show, and what a great week it was, not just for me personally, but for the entire electric car community. A great unveiling, a lot more of electric cars. Now, I'll be releasing some of the videos that and interviews that I brought with me, but as you know, I not just do a preview for you guys before going. I did at least a couple of videos every day. I know it's just using my cell phone, but still I wanted to make sure you guys were kind of with me there as things were happening. Wanted to make sure that I keep you up to date on everything and release the videos within 24 hours of an unveiling or whatever was happening. So I hope you enjoyed those. But let me show you more footage and tell you my impression of the LA Auto Show coming up next. Taking over the world, electrifying the world, electric. Welcome to your number one source of unbiased electric car news. If this is your first time here, welcome. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button so you don't miss anything moving forward. And wow, what a show. Now, as you know, LA Auto Show is one of the biggest auto shows in the world. And, this time around, the feeling was that the electric cars have arrived. And obviously with the biggest unveiling being, Rivian and the Audi e-tron GT. And just overall, it was a good show for electric cars. Rivian unveiling was obviously going to be the biggest story for our community. But I got to tell you, I talked to quite a few reporters that cover cars in general, and they said that is one of the top stories even for them as far as the entire auto industry. So. Before I'll show you guys some footage and tell you about some of the interviews that I've done and that you will see on my channel later this week, just want to remind you that this show and this channel is sponsored by Evanex, the aftermarket accessories for Tesla. There's a discount code in the description of this video. That way you can save yourselves a few bucks while shopping there and start your shopping for holidays early. All right, so. Rivian unveiling is definitely very cool because, they've been in a stealth mode for 9 years. They already have a factory and boom, this is the product. Not only one, but two products, amazing range, amazing stats. And, you've seen it in my video probably from Tuesday, I believe that I posted it. Now this is, so this is the video from their private unveiling event on Monday. That was the day before they actually did this whole thing on stage at the actual auto show. Not that many people. There's only about 300 people. Rihanna was apparently there. I must have bumped into her a couple times, but I didn't know what she looked like, so I didn't. But anyway, so this is the moment where they've unveiled the car. This is where pretty much everybody saw the truck for the first time. They didn't do an SUV unveiling there, but it was just the truck. This is, we all had to wear those headphones for the sound. But as you can see, RJ, this is their CEO. Did a pretty good speech, and I like the guy. He's not even 40, so he's a very charismatic a guy, and I really enjoyed talking to him on and off camera. Obviously this unveiling kind of blew everybody away just because of kind of like, wow, how did you guys keep the secret away from everybody? And wow, look at the range and two products and everything. And I gotta tell you, like, even though it was pretty cool unveiling there and at the auto show, it wasn't as like luxurious and amazing as like some other ones that I've seen. But so this is the one that you're looking at right now, is the one from the actually auto show. It was in the big media tent, and this is where they have also unveiled the SUV. Not sure if I like the color. By the way, let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about these cars? Pickup truck is I like the way it looks, but I don't think you can have a great looking utility car, which a pickup truck is. So I don't know, like I'm 50-50 on that. I do love the back of the truck. And the SUV looks very much like a Range Rover, and so I thought it was kind of cool. Now this is back at the event on Monday. This is my interview with RJ, pretty lengthy actually. It was really nice talking to him, and I will make a separate video out of it. I will post the interview for you guys so you can see. As you can see, a lot of people in the back. Also, I keep looking for Rihanna there because, again, I can't believe I missed it. Now, there was another event for the Audi e-tron GT going on at the same time, and Robert Downey Jr. apparently was there, but I never made it. I mean, it was just, it's LA, so you can't go from one place to another easily. So you either one event or the other. I think I picked the right one because this is what was the talk of the town was. This is what people were excited about. And also I bumped into, this is friend Lambert, who is the editor-in-chief of Electric. A lot of people think we are not on good terms. Well, actually, we weren't on any terms. But this is the second time we bumped into each other, and he was kind enough to actually get on camera with me. So that interview would be aired as well. Lately, I've always considered him to be like a Tesla fanboy for a long time, but I feel like lately him and his publications have been kind of expanding and being more critical of Tesla, and being more open to other electric cars. Here, as you can see, he was at this event covering it. And of course, this whole thing that he just had with Elon Musk, I definitely made sure to address that. I know a lot of Tesla fanboys weren't really happy with him, but I was. There's a video about that. Now, this is Karsten, the CEO of Byton, and they were presenting both of their K-Byte and M-Byte there. I also have an interview with him that I will publish later, because they have made some really good progress that I didn't even know. Actually, I found out one of the things on camera as he was telling me that apparently there's like a bunch of Bytons running around on the streets in Shanghai. So this is our interview at the car that you actually just saw on stage, which is the K-Byte, their four-door SUV, four-door sedan. the one that I was actually be able to hang out with inside, and I did a test ride in Monterey. That's a SUV, the M-Byte, right? I keep confusing them, but M-Byte. I love this car as well. Not really that crazy about those little lidars that are kind of coming out from the sides, but again, I'm a huge fan of this brand, and this is actually one of them driving around Los Angeles. They did some test drives for the media in the Los Angeles, which is crazy, and then they did the ones inside the tent for the regular attendees of the show. So I thought it was really cool. This is me hanging out inside the Byton. As a matter of fact, that was a moment where they kind of all left, because this was in between the days when they needed the car. So literally, there's nobody around me, just me hanging out inside there, taping a video for you. This video has already been posted. I think on Thursday I posted it. So if you want to see my detailed report about them, definitely check that out. As you can see, the humongous dashboard and this little also screen. That's what people really talk about. Now, this is Michael Persky, who has been on my show twice. This is going to be his third time with an update from Automobili Pininfarina. That's a company that actually just struck a deal with Rimac to work together, but they're creating their own hypercar. I've already seen it in person. They're not releasing the pictures yet, but I will give you an exclusive preview of a picture that they gave me that no one has seen before. I will be releasing it later this week, so definitely make sure that you guys are subscribed to this channel. As we were just hanging out at the stairs at his hotel where we had dinner before that, so it's also a pretty cool interview. They have a lot of new things going on, so I'm really excited for them. Not all of us are able to afford a $2 million hypercar, but it's such a great proof of concept how electric cars are just going to be better at everything, including high-speed racing, than gas cars. So that's why I really like that brand. And as you know, that I've already done a couple of reports, and just like I said, this is going to be Michael's third time on my channel. Now, on to Kia's unveilings. This is a Kia Niro, or EV, or e-Niro as they say that they also rolled out on stage before they presented the new Kia Soul, and this one is actually going on sale very soon. I'm really excited about this car. Again, I'm not always sure about why they picked this weird colors to be on stage. And I forget, this was one of the executives kind of giving us. He was actually fun to look at, and his speech was kind of cool. So that's all a press there, and me not knowing how to run my camera. I'm just showing you guys real footage that I brought from there. And then they basically wheeled out all three of the Souls. As you can see, that's what's happening right now. The first two are gas ones, obviously. I just ended up being on I guess maybe wrong side of the stage. The other one is the actual electric one, is all the way at the end. Now, after that, I interviewed Steve Kosofsky, who's actually on my show before, and that video has almost 40,000 views. So that was a pretty popular video. And this is going to be his second time on the show. And I gotta give him kudos. I gotta give Kia kudos because there were a couple of issues that I had with them rolling out this car. Apparently with very limited production. And I told him up front, I said, guys, I have a couple of tough questions for you. So you're more than welcome to back out of the interview. But I will be asking them. And to their credit, they said, you know what? It is what it is. We want to be transparent with with your audience. And they did answer the tough questions that I asked. And I have to say, I kind of learned something at the same time. And I think that's what these interviews are about, right? I've learned that, a lot of this, the fact that these manufacturers are, want to sell in ZEV states is because, people in those states voted for representatives and for their local government to make those states ZEV states. And, this is kind of in our hands too, right? So that's my interview with Steve, and you'll see it also. Actually, I'm posting it tomorrow. So stay tuned. I'm going to post this interview tomorrow. And we know, obviously, we talk about the second generation of Soul, which is exciting. And, the range is very decent, over 200 miles. And essentially, this is going to have the same battery as Kia Niro EV. So, Kia is really up there now with two electric cars with 200 plus mile range. We don't know what it is. They're all kind of trying to wait for EPA rating or get very close to it. Again, I love it or hate it. And I'm not into boxy cars myself, but this has a pretty good following. They sold over 100,000 of Souls in general. I think about 6,000 of them were electric, but I think this will make even a bigger case for those people who want to get another Soul, that they will actually consider the electric version because it now has a pretty decent range. And I like the fact that they refreshed it but didn't change it that much because, just like I said, it does have a following. This is Alanis Morissette was at the Hyundai party, which was really cool to see. These parties were crazy. All of them are throwing parties and trying to get celebrities in there. And this is the second biggest unveiling, I would say. This is the Audi e-tron GT, which will be out in 2021. Now, I got a very, very, very rare chance to drive it. I was one of the first 75 people, including Audi engineers and employees, to drive this on the streets of LA with a freaking police escort and a couple of Audi cars with their production crew. This is going to be an amazing video. They don't want us to release it until about the December 17th, so you guys will have to wait a couple of weeks, but that's going to be a pretty cool video. And this is their mock-up that you probably see in the pictures before the unveiling in their showroom before the test drives. And this is me test driving this car. As you can see, the camera is inside the wheel, and these are the cops that are behind us. As you can see, the guy with the camera sticking out of that other Audi behind us, and these are more cops. There's a total of 4 of them. So it was a really cool experience, and I'll definitely let you guys know about my impressions. Now, this is Giovanni. He's the CEO of Electrify America. I had a really awesome keynote speech. I really liked it because that's, obviously this is the only fast charging network that's going to be building out here in the United States. Ionity is going to be in Europe. So very, very important. I talked to him privately a few times, but nothing on camera, unfortunately. And of course, I ended up at the Nissan booth with a couple of Leafs there. And that video is up as well. Apparently they are moving forward with the long range for Nissan. They just weren't going to do the actual unveiling, because of this whole jailing thing of their alliance's CEO. So there's nothing changed as far as the schedule is concerned. So that's definitely good. And as you probably know, that car is also going to have a LG Chem batteries instead of the Nissan's batteries. And of course, finally, we're going to have the thermal management system on those cars. So next year is the right year to buy the Nissan Leaf. It looks good, and it's got the right specs. And this is my conversation with Tom, who is a reporter for Inside EVs, has been on the show before. I consider him a friend now, and a very interesting point of view. He always got an interesting point of view. And by the way, behind us is we decided to film it right in front of the truck as they kind of moved it into the convention center for the rest of the show. And Tom has a lot of great views. He's a veteran journalist of the of the industry. So that interview will be posted later in the week, or maybe even the next week after that. Definitely stay tuned for that. This guy's just a full of knowledge. And again, Inside EVs is the publication that all of you guys should be obviously following. And I'm actually going to do a story tomorrow based on their sales numbers, which they do every month. They're the only publication that, you know, kind of gathers the numbers of, say, you know, electric cars sold in the United States, which, by the way, most companies, including Tesla, don't report. So that's a big deal. Um, as far as what they bring to the community is concerned. So yeah, it's been, you know, I had so much more footage to show you guys. I just wanted to kind of go over what you will actually see coming up this week. And then don't forget, then after that, about a month from now, there's going to be CES. Now, I haven't heard about any like big unveilings that's going to happen on CES. But definitely expect quite a few other things and maybe more interviews. So I'm totally excited about that. By the way, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I do some of the behind the scenes stuff, and you can see more pictures from behind the scenes at the LA Auto Show and a few goofy videos that I post around there. Also want to give a shout out to a new Patreon. Baratun De Thurston, thank you so much for joining my Patreon community. As you can see, there are tons of perks there for those who become a part of the community, including watching this live, being the first ones to see this show. Thank you so much for supporting me as the independent full-time YouTuber. I really appreciate it. If you want to follow Baratunde's steps, you can go to patreon.com/E4Electric. All right, guys, it's been such a fun week. I will be talking and showing you more videos throughout the week, so definitely stay tuned. Other than that, see you next time, and remember to stay charged.